No?
Yeah,
Even if
so. I think so. Yeah, okay.
more people will join after, we can just start. Is that fine?
Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
So 15 minutes of meditation. So namaste, the meditation time is over. Thank you for joining, for coming. And today I may start giving a little talk on silence, what it means to be silence. Can we reach silence by meditating? If you're ready, yes, you automatically find silence. But silence is truly your nature. It's like having a window, your presence, the window, open to reality, what is here and now, as you feel it. If there is a cloud in front of you, there is a cloud in front of you. If there is no cloud, it's your nature, your spontaneity, the self, silence, you can call it silence. But as long as we have not seen the shutters, in front of windows, we have shutters, which is our ego. We can sometimes plug into our silence, but these shutters will come back and close the perception, close the true perception. We have filters. If we don't want to see these shutters, ego, we have filters over reality, although we may believe sometimes we are in silence. So it's very important to know our nature, to be able to plug into it, to feel how beautiful it feels and spacious and silent it feels. But to realize the silence in truth, we also need to know our shutters and not to be in denial. This is very important. If we are in denial, if we don't want to see some aspects of ego because we identify with it, we cannot be in silence. We cannot truly be in silence. We may have a lot of space inside, but in the back, that little ego is still driving and manifesting in our lives. Not that everything, one important thing I want to say here is that it's not when you have trouble in life, it doesn't mean that it's automatically your ego. It doesn't work like this. So let's not jump into conclusions when people have trouble or whatever. But some troubles come directly from your own program, from your own ego. So it's very important to know these shutters. And when you can look at them, they disappear. And if you look at all the patterns, you come to, and you accept them, you come to a place that is the realization of yourself, true silence. True silence doesn't mean that you stop talking or that you're always in silence. It means you're just letting this space inside talk through you, behave through you, be one with you. That's your realization. There is not a separation. It's your true nature. So that's the meaning of silence. And as I said lots of times, there is a test to know what is your level of silence. You check with all ego identities. I am bad, I am evil, I am fearful, I am whatever, greedy, selfish. You put these identities, false identities in your body, and you check if your body resists these words, these sentences or not. If there is space with these sentences, no problem. So like this, you can check and see how far you've opened your shutters and remove them. So that's a good way to know how to remove these little programs we have, these false beliefs that are sometimes stuck within ourselves. So very important to know yourself and to open your shutters. So let's start this satsang, and if you have any questions, please welcome all of you, all of the questions. Yeah, Nuri?
Okay, namaste, Tilicho.
Hello, good to see you.
You too. Yeah. So I have two things today. One, Actually, I've been thinking for some days what to ask you, and then something very bad in my family happened, and it's actually still the same question. So I have this feeling that for some time I have this feeling like it's difficult to explain it. I feel like the emptiness is how to say, it's very present, and it's like this dualistic game. I don't believe it anymore, and I have a feeling like I can just drop it. So
What do you mean you don't believe?
It's
what
there.
Is it that you don't believe in?
The dualism is there. It's like the dualistic world is there, but I don't believe it.
Okay, good. It doesn't affect you anymore.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But then ego will come, or I will have these thoughts that it's like I can just, if I do this, then it would just really go, and there's something that's like okay,
That is
you know,
letting
like are you ready for this? To really let go, because it's really just this.
What does it mean to let go for you? What does it mean? What are you afraid about?
Right now, nothing. There's no fear. There's no fear. Yeah, maybe this. It's more like an excitement, like, oh shit, you know. It's like I have to step onto something. I have no idea what I'm gonna step onto, but there's an excitement about it, and oh, it's a little scary somehow. I don't know.
Is it scary to be yourself? Huh? What is scary about being yourself? Because that's what it is. When you let go of the shutters, this space moves through you, is you. So what to be afraid about?
Maybe I'm afraid of scaring other people, because I don't know, it's just so empty. And of course there's reactions somehow, but it's so empty. And
yeah, but this emptiness, when it is connected to your heart, knows how to be with people, isn't it?
yes.
Huh? So it's not like it's an emptiness cold, that is so distant.
No.
When the shutters have been opened,
Yeah.
that emptiness is always connected to the world, to people, to yourself, to the world. So if you really come down into that space that is truly silent, truly realized, it's a smooth and easy movement with others. It's a very natural movement with others.
For example, my twin sister. Yeah, we just had she just had the diagnosis cancer in her breast.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's very new, so we are still in shock, of course. But there's still this silence inside.
Yeah.
It's very new for me, because I'm not. There's no reaction of fear, or like I'm used to. Nothing is happening, and it even I'm laughing now. It's my twin sister. She's very sick, you know, and it's just something very natural. It's very weird for me, actually.
Yes, it happens. That's a silence inside, and in these situations we are not used to it, because we used to behave in a different way, to be more scared, because we could not face our own death, our own disease, our own death. So when you went through that, you could accept your death and everything, and you know that there is something inside you that is deeper than anything else. That is your life, and your life itself. It changes everything. You don't react at all in the same way when you hear something sad, or you can feel compassion for the sadness of others or whatever, but it feels very strange. It doesn't affect you anymore in the same way. So you feel a little bit indifferent. It may appear as if you're indifferent, but you're not indifferent. You just stop the game of hiding, and you know who you are, and you know the space inside, you know that eternity inside, and you cannot somehow have the same emotions as before regarding death, regarding even the loved ones who have problems or who are going to die, or your own death, or it changes your perspective. So it's natural. In the natural state, where you are free from the fear of death and everything, it changes your relation to people. You can help, you can have compassion for them, you can be present, but not from a place of suffering. It's not your suffering, it's not your sadness that we hold the hand. It's your freedom that we hold the hand and take care of.
I was looking for the suffering, like, why is it not there? Why am I not suffering now? It just is. I know. It's just...
Yeah, beautiful, Nouri, beautiful. No, it is your good work through the shutters, you know, and you come to that place where it doesn't affect you. The world doesn't affect you in the same way, and your freedom can say things as they are, you know, with sometimes with the perception of the heart, because you're connected to it. So it doesn't mean it's your freedom that's going to impress others. No, it's a freedom from the heart, the real silence. So this silence will know how to behave, but this silence is free. So it doesn't, the sadness doesn't have the long time sadness that cannot stay in you. You can be shocked by news. You can be, you know, some news can shock you naturally. But phew, it goes. And confronted with the disease of someone or your own disease, or you can be temporarily shocked, like any news, like you can have, whoa, and then phew, that can disappear, because deep down, your silence is there.
So how to, I guess that was also my question in the beginning, because they also know me coming in reaction and all this, and they are gonna think I'm fucking weird now, because what the fuck, why are you not, you are always the one, you know? And there's no, there's just happiness inside. And it's, that's nice. But how to be with her, and how can I help her in the best way through this process?
You know, the best way you always help someone is not letting your sadness talk to them or your pain talk to them, but your freedom. They feel the compassion. You come with even with your joy to hold the hand of someone dying, you know, and that's the best support. They cannot be so much afraid, because they feel your peace through the process, or through a disease, or you're like a little space of security around them. You're the space of security around them. Whereas if you talk from your fear, from your own sadness, from your own suffering, that feeds their own fears. But if you come with your silence, with your peace inside, you can still be connected to their pain and say, oh yeah, and connect to them, but inside you there is no pain or no sadness, no true sadness. So believe in that, don't be afraid of that, and that's the best support they can have, really.
You know what the worst part is? For a long time, I can almost not say it. I know I don't think this has anything to do with me, but for a long time I've been wishing that life would shake her up, because she's been so asleep and going in this. I've just been wishing for a long time that something could just, you know, and wow, okay, do we really have to go to that extreme?
Way or another, yeah. If we don't want sometimes to see it, not that disease are automatically the reaction to not wanting to see something. It's not what I want to say, but sometimes it goes this way. You know, it's a shake-up, it's a shaking to awake, to realize things from a different perspective.
I really believe it is for her, in her case. It's really to
yeah.
Yes.
So you can help her, talk from your heart, and tell her there is no fear. You tell her about your experience, that you shifted from fear of death and suffering to the absence of it. And it's even strange, but tell her there is nothing to fear. Help her to go to that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful, Nori. Wonderful. Yeah. There is nothing to hide from this place. You don't have to say everything aloud, whatever, but you don't have nothing to hide about yourself. So sometimes it's a little bit scary to be so open, and not to hide also your true silence, your true openness, your true realization. Inside, it's free. So don't be afraid of it. And keep,
like, you know, it's like everything for me. I don't know how to say it. Something stopped. I don't think about the future. I don't go around thinking about, you know, I used to do that. What am I going to do with work, and what am I going to do with my life and all this? It's like it's not even there anymore. It's very new state. I mean, it's very calm and just here. I don't expect so much from the day, you know. Normally I would get very impatient, but it's like I'm just twinging around. I don't know. It's
beautiful, Nori.
it's nice. It's very different. It's nice.
Yeah. The shutters are not there, you know. If you cross them, you meet them, you go through the resistance of this and this and this and this. At one point, they are not rooted in you anymore. And if they are not rooted in you anymore, there is your freedom. There is your true nature that doesn't worry. It's all fine. And if worries come, it's fine. You're used to it. So it doesn't cling to you.
But I can also see when they do, you know, because I've been doing this work for some time now, and every time something gets stuck, I sit with it, and I do the practice, and it doesn't stay for long. It cannot live.
No, it cannot.
It goes very fast, and maybe it comes again, and then I recognize it, and it's.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. You have seen it. Once you have seen your shutters, the different ego patterns, you have seen it. When it comes, sometimes it comes again. It's like the habits. They come, but you know them. So you can quickly get rid of them and faster and faster and faster. And sometimes you get stuck with them, but it doesn't matter anymore also. You have also this attitude where it doesn't matter anymore. But more and more and more, you come to this place where the ego, the patterns, have no power over you. They cannot clean, they cannot stay. So that's a beautiful place to be. And at this stage, Nori, you should be aware of the ego pattern, that what other people will think, to free yourself. And that's a big step.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
That's a big step to completely free yourself from what people think. I don't mind people's opinions. That's a big last stage, because at the last stage where you embody this freedom, either as a teacher, you have to also stop hiding everything. And sometimes people think you're a little bit mad, or you'll get criticized, mad, or you take yourself seriously, or arrogant, or whatever. But when you know yourself, you've worked on yourself, you absolutely know every corner, you made peace with every corner, there is nothing that can affect you anymore. Just the habit of being a little bit affected still by what people think about you. So this can still be a little bit disturbant. But don't be ashamed of your peace inside. Don't be ashamed to show your light when it is there, the peace. And if people understand it, it's better. And people don't understand it, doesn't matter so much. It's okay. So be aware of this last little stage when we cannot completely accept our own peace in the face of other, or or not yet completely used to this new way of being, which doesn't.
I can feel that for some time I've been the process has been very much about really looking at attachments and really working with them to let them go. For example, with my husband and this sadness I could have if I thought, oh, he's gonna go back to Nepal, I'm gonna lose him or something like that. But really, I've been really working with it, and I'm ready for him to go, and life will continue. Of course, maybe I will be sad, but it doesn't. It's, I don't know how to explain it. It's like life will still have its beat, you know.
Yes. You'll find. You can be sad, you can be attached to things. You can be like, oh, I really prefer this to stay like this. But if it really has to happen, the detachment through whatever happens in life or through a death process or an accident, whatever, there will still be this beat, like you said. It will come back. There is nothing that can completely knock you down. It can only be temporary for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, depending on the situation, and then it's back. And it's back and it's back. And the more you'll be into this space, the more it's back quickly and easily. So nothing can really affect you.
My process through life has also been this not wanting to be alone. You know, I was born into this world with a twin sister, and my whole process through life has been in symbiotic relationships. But I can really feel from this place that there's nothing to separate. If I just look at a tree, boom, then I'm there again. Actually, I feel it's more difficult to be with humans now. Somehow I feel much more connected with the tree. It's yeah, it's like when I'm just out in that open space in nature, it's just feel like we just tune in you know what I mean, I guess.
Yeah. So but if you keep that piece inside, then nothing really matters. Don't forget, nothing really matters, and you've really accepted your shutters. Being with people also doesn't matter much. Being or not being with people, it's equal. You can enjoy, of course, there is more silence in nature. And you feel when you're with people, oh, it's a little bit heavy sometimes, or this is difficult, and you would prefer to withdraw. But everything will be natural. Naturally, you will go with friends who are friends and real friends. So it's a natural process. It's So just trust yourself. Simply trust yourself. Simply be yourself. No image of how to be, what to do, what it means to be spiritual, what it means to just follow. If you want to be with friends today, you go and see them. If you want to be alone for a long time, you're alone for a long time. Just be yourself. It's If you want to cling to this person because your heart really wants to help and to this and that, and just do it. Just without any idealism in your mind of how to be, what to do. Just to let your heart talk.
Yes.
Yeah. And not to think I am a problem still, to leave that thought, I am the problem because I don't feel sad, I don't suffer anymore. You see the mind, we identify suffering and sadness as something, as the heart. It's not because you don't feel sad and you don't suffer, but you lack the heart, that you lack love. So it's just habits of behavior.
Yeah, and we're also so used to, at least in my society here, that when someone gets sick or when something happens, then we get sad and we and I don't know where this process is gonna go. I have no idea what it's gonna unfold. But but that's what I was like. Why am I not reacting to this? But yeah. But
Yeah, I know it's a little bit strange sometimes. It's a little bit strange. Sometimes we wonder, ooh, did I become heartless? Huh? Sometimes
yeah,
it's
exactly.
even
Like I felt like, am I becoming cold? What is?
yeah.
But I
No,
don't
no,
feel cold. I feel just very empty and
yeah,
present.
yeah. But it's for the mind who used to be a different way, or the world around is different. So you may wonder, oh, do I have a problem? Did I become cold? No, it's just that you're free inside. You're free from yeah.
Mm.
Beautiful, Noé.
Mm. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Mm.
And all the best to your sister. Huh?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you can help her go through the pattern of healing herself. Huh?
Yeah.
You know how to help her.
Yeah. And I think I will let her guide the way, because I don't want to pull anything on her. It's just like
Yes, of
softly.
course.
But I think if I stay just here, it will.
Yeah.
She's a little open to it, so let's see.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not in big. You can help. You know, helping is being in tune with a person. It's not like I am spiritual, I'm going to tell her about spirituality. It's not about that. Huh? It's about sharing your humanness. You're not talking about her. Are you afraid? Well, it hurts. And you know, in my experience, when I did this little exercise, it helped me. Do you want to try? Yeah, and I felt I didn't suffer as much, or I removed some pain in my body. Do you want to try? So you can stop like this. I'm completely healed. You know, these sentences. I have nothing to fear. And you ask her to feel and is she, you know, very, very gently. And if you feel she can't, we have to respect people, huh? And, how much they are open to what you would say. But if you talk from your heart and listen to her, I'm sure there will be the connection and the contact.
So right now she went into a form of a fighter. You know, she's really ready to. She's very powerful right now. It just came up. She's very powerful. She just wanna fight this. So that it's fine. It's just.
It's fun and it can work, but it works on the surface, and the fighter can have amazing result. Huh? I know someone who also has a cancer and fights it, and she's strong with it, and she doesn't want. It's a battle, but the real battle is to let go of this control, even, you know, to say whatever, but this, you need to be ready for this, and it takes. That's the end of the real battle, huh? When you can say yes to whatever is, but also heal yourself from a place of awareness, huh? To heal, knowing the shutters and giving it a place inside you. But for that, you need to be ready and to really understand yourself. Otherwise, you will be panicking if you have to say, I let go of control. I say yes to my disease. This is panicking for some people who have a fighting mind.
And fear is also her control, and fear is also one of her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you can help, but with step by step. Yeah.
Thank you, Tilicho.
You're welcome. Catherine, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, it was so inspiring to hear Nori say that. It's so wonderful. Thank you for that. And how can I say? Well, I have come to this place where I found out that every time I did my practice, it was because I wanted the feeling to go away. And I was so frustrated when it didn't, and I kept working, and I actually got exhausted, and I thought, this is not the way. So I can't see you too. There you are.
Yeah.
So a few days ago, I found out that, well, I'll just leave it. And actually I started to accept the feeling and just did the breathing. And while I accepted, it was there. And that was a big relief to find out what I did. And I was so happy. So now I can just, in the future, just accept the feeling is there.
Beautiful.
And it actually leaves. But then yesterday I was with friends, and we had this round where we talked about what has happened for us in 2020 and what did we want for 21. And I told my story that it has been a great year for me because I have come home and I understood that I am not these thoughts and feelings and the body, and it was such a great relief. I feel so good. And but I told my story, and when I finished, I felt, oh my God, I've been too much open. I've been too, oh, me, and my story. And I felt so bad today. Then I just, sat down. Okay, now this is the time to just accept the feeling is there. And I did, and nothing happened. And it's still there. And now I'm getting impatient because, well, I want.
What is there? The shame or what? Being too open and much? Or?
I was too much. I was, I was too much. I wanted too much attention or something like that.
And it's okay. Huh? Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
And that's also the outcome of this liberation. Huh? There comes a time where we feel a bit too much because it's such joy inside. Really.
Yes.
And in a way, if it can be heard, it's a beautiful inspiration for you friends, So maybe because you're not used to be in the center, sometimes when you're not used to be in the center, you want to always to be a little bit in the back.
Yes.
Speaking can feel like, oh, I was too much, but maybe not. Maybe you just shared something that was important for you. I don't know. I was not in your situation, but you know the difference. Huh? You know the difference. But that, well, if you really feel it was too much, just it's okay. Huh? Sometimes we cannot be perfect all the time and do the proper thing. Just make peace with this. Huh?
Yeah. That's the thing. I didn't want how to make peace with it and just accept it because, well, just to see that's another part of me and just that's what happened. And there are many things in it, but I just want to please stop all this, mind running. Maybe because I was too much, and maybe somebody was hurt because they sit there and maybe not feel that they are, whatever. The light can be sometimes too much for,
Yes, sometimes so the heart feels it, and that's true, Karen. Because when you feel this freedom and you're happy and enthusiastic, it's natural. Don't feel bad about your reaction. It's actually not coming from ego. It's natural to share your joy. But and that's a sensitivity of the heart that some people are not ready to hear and to feel your joy because they cannot access it. Huh? They don't know how to access it.
Yeah.
So, and that's a big challenge, and that's where the sensitivity of the heart can guide you. And sometimes it's difficult because you don't want to be to not being yourself also. Always being respecting other people's place and position and your feeling about them, but also you have also to respect yourself and be yourself. You cannot always be low profile because it hurts people or they are embarrassed by it or so just listen to yourself and the middle way where you still have to respect yourself and share whatever you feel and come naturally from you and your joy and stop when you feel a little bit too much, but also don't play low profile all the time because it's not healthy. It's not being yourself and you will suffer from it. You know, it's like a river. If you put a dam, huh? If you prevent, and that's the problem also of the feminine, of feeling when, or this freedom also. When you feel it, it's a joy. It bubbles, it plays, it likes to pick on people, or it's like a child, huh? A little bit. And a child disturbs, especially an adult child. Huh? It's disturbing. So when this happens, and I've experienced that a lot, I cannot be myself actually in a lot of cases, because it annoys people. And I get a lot of slaps back, because so how to be, huh? You cannot also always adapt to the extent of not being yourself. So it's a challenge that life teaches you through time on how to be, and some people or some relationships cannot work because they cannot accept you. They cannot accept you as you are. And it's actually better to detach a little bit. Huh? But sometimes when it's a partner or when it's a very close friend, sometimes it happens that you grow differently. Yes. So it's a challenge. That's why it can be a challenge with relationships and spirituality.
Yes.
Because if one grows and blooms from inside, and the other one doesn't have the same understanding or blooming, or it can happen with friends or partners, it becomes a rivalry, hidden rivalry, you know? So the friend or the partner cannot accept at all your bubbling and your silliness, and it appears superficial to them, or it appears immature, or it appears silly, or a little bit mad, or ridiculous, or superficial, whatever. You can get a lot of criticism. So it's a little bit of a challenge, because you don't want to be surrounded only with people with whom it's easy. Also, you're open to life. So accept how it feels. And you know in the heart if you're ready to give up on this friend or not, or give up on this partner or not. And if you're ready to carry a little bit the suitcase of staying with a person when you know how difficult it's going to be, because they cannot accept your freedom, they cannot accept your joy. But you love them. Huh? You cannot just move away from some family members or some old-time friends or even a lover when you know that they cannot accept you completely as you are. So it's a little bit sad inside and a little bit difficult, but through love, through your understanding, it teaches you also to really find the balance inside yourself, to really find the balance. So it's not so easy to move, to dance with life afterwards, but it's part of becoming wise. It's part of developing some skills on how to be with such and such persons, and how far you're ready to give up on some relationships or to hold on to them and to experience a little bit of rocky waves and ocean. So you cannot always withdraw into your cave and say, oh, I'm silent there and I'm free and this and that. No, it's a challenge to open to the world, to the loved ones, and to know how to dance with this. It's not so easy. But that's beautiful in a way.
I'm so happy what you say, because I realized while you talk that one of my two dear friends was there, and I know they actually envy me because I do the work and they can't make themselves do it. They are still active in the outside world with things and buying houses and doing things, and actually I think they would love to do what I do, and it's hard to see that. That's what I think happened yesterday, and I intuitively felt it. This is going to hurt somebody, and thank you for saying that. It's difficult. I love them. So, and I
But
think they,
learn, Karin, not to feel bad about yourself. Huh?
yeah,
When
yeah,
this happens, know and hold on to, I am not the problem. Because
yes,
that's the feminine energy that tends to think, oh, I am the problem. I am too much. I am this. I am too much
yeah.
this.
That was the
No,
old pattern. That was the old pattern. Yeah.
really
I'm so
no.
happy. Yeah, I'm so happy to that you tell me this now, because now I know what's going on, and I
Yeah,
won't do that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Really, I am not the problem, but I
yeah,
am disturbing people by being myself. But although you're not the problem, so I'm not the problem. I'm disturbing people. This reality, and it's fine. Huh? And then with this knowing that you disturb without being responsible for it, you can you will listen to your heart and know whether you have to
yeah,
continue picking,
yeah,
because some people need picking,
yeah.
playing like a continuing, or always drawing and respecting their suffering, because deep down they are suffering. Huh? So with some people you need to make them you know from inside. It's
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
yourself,
Yes, yes.
and you
It's so,
know the
it's so
limit
good to
to
be
it.
aware that it's so good to be aware that that's what's going on. Just that is a great relief. I can let go of the
Yeah,
guilt, and thank you for
yeah,
that. Yeah,
really yeah.
yeah. It's the old pattern, and this is the new world. And thank you for that. That's wonderful.
And it's
Yeah.
all a question of knowing how to dance with life. Huh?
Yeah.
That's one thing to feel free inside, and that's another thing to bring this freedom in the world and know how to dance, which is not easy, but we learn,
No.
but learn thinking you're the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, actually, I think they know themselves that that's what is going on, because they don't say anything. They withdraw, and I just know they know. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
it
But
is,
I
but trust yourself.
yeah, thank you. I now I'm much more aware when it's, yeah. Thank you for helping me with this,
Yeah.
because it's really wonderful what is happening. Thank you so much. I hope you receive my grateful thoughts just about every day, because it's such a turnaround to hear what you say, and yeah, and I understand the hell of my life, what it has been about, why, and now that I'm able to handle it myself and understand
And
what.
don't be ashamed of this freedom. Don't be ashamed of this joy. Don't be ashamed of this life.
No,
But
yeah,
huh?
yeah. Thank
Don't
you
be
for helping with that too. Yeah, yeah,
and understand when you come to be real, the real will stay around you, and what is not real will fade away. And that's something that you have to accept also. There are a shift with friends, relationships. It's you can maintain as much as possible through your wisdom, through your wise perspectives, and so on. But a lot of things which are not real go away. So it's a little yeah.
yeah. I've been longing for this all my life. But it's 2020 is a wonderful year for many people, I think. Yeah, and 21 is even
Sure.
better.
We'll say 2020 is a beautiful year. I'm not sure. There will be a lot of sharing your opinion, but it's beautiful. You see it this way.
But it's what everybody said. Now it's going to. We're really being forced to go inside. That's the universe telling us to sit down and look at your shadows. And I have. I'm still sitting here looking at them.
Beautiful. And be grateful for yourself, Karin. Be grateful for yourself.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm so grateful, Tilicho. I didn't know how to tell you because it's beyond words. I am sure you know what I mean. Because it's saving my life. It's amazing.
Oh, my very pleasure.
Yeah. You know what I mean, right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, coming from hell to, well, understand that
it's a liberation. And this feeling, it's at the beginning when you start feeling it, it feels, wow, it's somehow enhanced, because you come from a place where you were not allowed, you didn't allow yourself to be yourself, to a place where suddenly you feel that freedom. So of course it feels like, wow, there are tears and feeling, wow, of a you may do things which you never did, and there is a feeling of a bubbling joy. And then little bit by little bit it comes to that steadiness, so it really gets embodied in you, and it becomes even more natural. So you don't think about it, you don't even feel there's been any shift or anything different. But it is deep. But at the beginning, yes, there are these reactions where you feel the shift, and it feels like, wow.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Oh,
celebrate and don't hide from celebration. That's what people need, this sense of celebration.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very, very welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Karen.
Yeah, actually, it was very inspiring what Nuru said, and I would really like to learn to work with, to detach from things, people, whatever attachment I can have. How do I do that?
Completely accept to be attached. Huh?
Of
Detachment.
course.
Detachment is a result. Huh? There is a big, it's an outcome. Huh?
Sorry, what?
Detachment comes as a result.
As a result, yeah.
But don't forget what is the way to this freedom. Huh? What is the way to this freedom?
To accept it?
To welcome the real, what you're really experiencing. Huh? You're really experiencing attachment, it's okay. You breathe with it and it's fine. And that will bring a little bit of that detachment. Huh?
So, for example, I'm very attached to watching television. So I just, yeah.
So, you know, does it really disturb you? Does it really disturb your life? What do you think? Are you completely at peace with it or not?
No, I'm not at peace with it. No.
You're not at peace with it? Does it disturb you? You're taking too much time looking at it and it prevents you from being yourself, from doing other stuff?
I use it as a refuge sometimes, you know, to not be present, to, oh, there's something I don't want to feel right now. I'll go and switch on the telly and watch something stupid. Yeah.
So it's okay, just be at peace with this. It's okay to be like this. Huh? That's what is happening. And from that peace, if deep down, you know, that's the thing, when you're at peace with something and you can hear your true voice, huh? The real voice telling you, oh, it doesn't matter, you know, it's just an hour here and then, it's okay. Or it's really, you will hear your real voice or the wisdom inside, or telling you, no, you're exaggerating, it's way too much now, you have better things to do. And then you'll move from that piece more and more towards, okay, not immediately, because habits take time. Huh? You say, oh, I should better read, but you continue watching TV, and habits take time, but your direction, your will from your heart will guide you towards doing what you really want from the heart, from inside. Huh? So listen to your wisdom. It knows. It knows that 1 hour here and there, it's not a big deal. Enjoy it, even if it's like being like, you know, passive and whatever. But if you're really addicted to it, your wisdom will tell you, okay, just, you know, it's okay today, you're really tired, but tomorrow try to do something else instead. Or your wisdom will tell you, trust it. Okay. But don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Just really welcome this attachment. Make peace. When I say welcome, it doesn't mean the inner. It's always that difference that people sometimes don't really understand. The difference between inner acceptance and behavior outside. Inner acceptance of everything. It's okay to be attached to TV. It's okay to feel stupid. It's okay to be the embracing of the inner emotion. And from this, you move in life with freedom. That means with your wisdom, with your listening to your heart, listening to your ancient wisdom inside. That tells you, hey, you're a little bit too addicted there, and start moving your little butt and do all the things. Huh? So it's, you know, from inside. You know, from you know the difference. You know what is a boundary. Trust yourself. Huh?
Yeah.
But definitely when you're attached to something, don't try to the hard way, you know, the fighting way. I have to do attach, I have to be this, because it brings, you know, it comes from the fight, huh? Like with a disease, from the fighting energy, not from the embracing energy that then can fight it, not fight it, but behave in a different way from that place. So that's very different. Huh? It comes from your softness, it comes from your peace, it doesn't come from the pressure, from the force of I need to change, which is like stress inside. Huh?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Thank you.
And there is a big fear too, because deep down, that's true, that this space inside is deeply detached. Not detached in, like Nouri said, it feels sometimes strange because your nature is detachment. That's detachment. Detachment from trouble, detachment from fears, detachment from, that's who you are. But when you have known and opened the shutters, you're also, it's not a cold detachment because you're connected to your heart. And also you have these two feelings where you can feel detached and be in life, and be with some emotions and be with this and that. So it's different. You have to understand it in order to be on the two levels, both detached and both attached. But you can always detach anytime you want. But you can be attached to the love, attached to your family, care for your family, want the best for them, not want to leave your partner even if you don't understand each other, you know, or some friends or this or that. So you have that freedom inside that, you know, anything happens, you can detach. But once the shutters has been on, once the shutter has been on, but you can also move with your humanity, with the human part of you, that cares, that is attached, that wants the best for this person, that is ready to suffer a little bit to maintain the relationship with this person, that is ready to go through some waves in order to make someone happy, even if it's difficult for you because you're not on the same wave and length, understanding. So all of that is playing with the two levels of your body level, I would say, your humanity level, and the space inside that is beyond your body, that is already free. But don't be afraid of attachment, of any kind of attachment. Don't be afraid. And it's never a big issue if you have the softness with it, because the softness with it is the true way to detach when it's needed. But from your peace, from your softness, not from the fight.
Yeah, it's true. There's a fear. There's a fear because then what? I don't know if I have anything to put in instead. I don't know. Nothing is really coming. So yeah, there's a fear.
So trust yourself. Yeah. Really trust how you feel. Yeah. Really surrender to that place. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, if you don't have anything to say, you don't have anything to say. If you have something to say, you have something to say. If you feel like moving, you move. If you feel like stop doing it, you stop doing it. If you feel like not stopping doing it, although it appears silly, don't stop doing it. I mean, it's simple. It's beyond good and bad, beyond the usual way of thinking of the mind.
Yeah. So
some people may think, oh, you fell there, you're trapped there, they may even, you know, you're trapped into this, but you're beyond that. You can also, once you're really free, you can also accept all kinds of traps if it's needed, if you really feel it's needed. So it's beyond understanding. The mind cannot grasp it, and that's why it can be very disturbing, even if you don't do anything wrong, anything bad, anything mean to people. It can be very disturbing for some people because your behavior doesn't seem even spiritual sometimes, or cannot seem even, you know, you're free from this good and bad. So free from proving anything also at one point, free from fearing anything, free from also appearing into a cage So that freedom is a challenge even for yourself if you don't understand it well.
Yeah.
So really understand what freedom is. It doesn't mean you're going to be proper, silent all the time. It doesn't mean you're going to be looking spiritual all the time or behaving spiritual all the time. Or it is beyond. It is connecting to the depth of the understanding of the heart. And the heart has a logic of its own. It can accept also some types of suffering if it's truly felt inside. It can also accept some kind of limitations and idiot things if your wisdom tells you it's necessary now. So there is no definition of what this wisdom is, of how it looks like or how it should be, or how peaceful it is or how chaotic it is. Sometimes it has a wisdom of its own, beyond wisdom, even beyond the understanding of this wisdom is its wisdom. Because for the sake of love, sometimes you can take some roads which don't appear loving or don't appear wise or don't appear, but you know that's what the heart wants, you know. So it can appear even attached to things, but deep down you know you're detached. But you play the game for the sake of others sometimes. For the sake of others. You cannot let go of some people, and that's the heart. And you know you're free deep down, and you can bear it. You can bear some stuff. It's for the sake of the heart. So just listen to your heart. And respect yourself and boundaries, but go for what is really felt beyond the good and bad way of thinking.
Yeah, thank you. It helps me a little because actually I have this thought that I might be a bit different than people. They are getting attached to each other. I'm actually maybe it's my fear to to be vulnerable to people, but actually I live well without people. I don't need people. It's nice to be with friends. I love them, but I don't really need it. It's I have to be.
It's freedom. That's like Nouri said. You know, I feel strange.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you don't need people. You can behave. You know, you can be with people and with a lover. And deep down, you know, you don't need. Deep down, you know, you don't need. So you, of course,
I have to ask: is that okay? Because I feel that I'm not really.
No, it's absolutely natural. Absolutely natural. And so it's always these two levels. Deep down, you know, you don't need anything, but at the level of your human body and everything, you need to see friends today. You need to you better live with a husband, or you prefer to be this, or you prefer to see this friend. There is also the play going on, but deep down there is freedom. Deep down there is freedom. So the more you know there is freedom deep down, the more you can play the game of human. Is a human, huh? How can I say that? And you're not afraid. You're not afraid to take cases sometimes. And that's what I mean.
I have to ask you: is it okay not to want a boyfriend? I haven't had for many years, and I'm not good at it, and I actually don't want. I don't need it.
Don't need, and all is absolutely fine, Karen. There is nothing, you know, when I talk a lot, but it's a beautiful question, because some people may find the pressure, I have to be with someone. If my masculine and feminine energy inside is at peace, I have to be with someone. But no, you have the perfection is really to detached, to or whatever is there. It doesn't matter whether you're with someone and can find, you know, each other and be at peace or whatever, or not. It doesn't matter. Just be yourself. There is nothing to reach. Don't forget who you are. Deep down, there is nothing to reach.
This is a great relief. This is a great, great relief. I can take on a lot of
yes, of course.
pressure, take off a lot of pressure, because
you know, it's masculine and feminine inner realization. Huh? If it manifests outside, good. If it doesn't manifest outside,
it's okay.
It's absolutely okay. What is important, it always manifests aside, as friends also, colleagues, you know, this play of energy plays different ways. But what is important is that you have clarity, that's your masculine, you know, the clarity, the steadiness, and the openness, that's a feminine, that you have them inside, you know? So you're no longer disturbed by, oh, I feel I don't need anyone. Is that a problem? You know, your clarity will say, there is no problem. Be yourself, huh? And don't judge your freedom now. Huh? Don't judge the quality of your freedom, which happens and manifests as, I don't feel sad when there is a sad news. I don't feel in need of this. I don't feel, you know, like suffering when maybe I should suffer there. You know, so it feels stress, quality of your freedom. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah.
I do like I really enjoy my life, but I feel guilty somehow that I don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't need people. I don't need a boyfriend. I don't need.
Yeah. Let life be whatever it has to be. Don't feel bad.
Thank you.
Don't feel bad about anything. You know? What is important? Don't forget what is important. What is really important, Karinina?
The most important thing is that I know who I am. That's a great, great discovery. That's unbelievable.
And why? What happens from there in your daily life? What happens from there?
What happens from when I know who I am?
Yeah. What is the consequence of knowing who you are?
It means that I'm not falling all the time for my emotions. I'm not, oh no, I'm depressed. No, I'm not. I can handle my life. I can embrace when I'm sad or when I am angry or when I'm whatever. I'm in charge of my life. If I can say, that's new. That's actually wonderful.
Knowing who you are, you know, makes yourself stop judging yourself. You stop the judgment with yourself. You know, I would say that's a consequence of knowing who you are.
I still do. I still judge, unfortunately.
And it's okay. It's your non-judgment that says okay to judgment. You see, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to have that habit, but it's a place in you that has stopped judgment, that sees the judgment. Huh? Yeah. Is that anyway? That's words. But what I mean is that the more and more you know who you are, the less you judge your thoughts, your emotions, your judgment. You stop judging your judgment. You stop. You can.
Yeah.
You start being cool with yourself. Huh?
Yeah.
And naturally you feel good with yourself. It's fine. And naturally there is a sort of the space is there that prevents you from being affected by this, being too much affected by that, and that comes back, and whatever happens, it comes back, that joy, that strength, that openness.
It does.
And cannot be dry. Huh? So you can have difficulties through life, you can have emotions, you can have hard times, but it's there. Yeah. It's like a fountain for you that cannot leave.
And will it be more and more like, because I have so many, not many, I have moments of when I remember, oh, but this is not who I am. I am up. Thank you. I feel so happy and dance and wow, I'm coming home and so. But then it disappears a little while after. But at least I've had it. But will it be more like I remember longer time, or how can I say that I will remember more often?
Yes. And you don't even, it comes a point where you don't need to think about it or to remember. It becomes integrated as this naturalness. Huh? It's your naturalness. It simply is your, you know. So it will come in you as a way of being. Huh? Simply as a way of being. You don't need to think. When we do the practice, when we did this satsang and everything, we first focus on who are you, so that you build your base. From this base, we've checked all aspects of ego, or the most common corners of ego. And once this is really understood, you can really say yes to who you are. You can really recognize your true beauty, your true self. And you can really, you're not in denial. You can really recognize, oh, I have this ego pattern in me. You're not afraid of ego. So when you have not in denial and you're no longer afraid of ego and you recognize your true beauty, it comes a point you can forget about the two and come back to just being yourself and trusting yourself. You come to a point where the trust in yourself makes you be spontaneous, natural, without thinking about it at all. And that's really the embodiment of this freedom. You don't have to think or to think, who am I, or to, it's natural. You trust yourself. You trust this energy. It's like being back as a child, a little bit. This energy where a child doesn't think, but a child that hasn't been yet suppressed or corrected or whatever comes back to being open, again and again and again and again, and feeling like, oh, I want to play, I want to do this. Same, I want to watch TV, or I want to watch TV, I go on for a walk, I'm tired today. Very simple, very, very simple.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
No need of thinking. So trust, there comes this time when you need to jump into trust. If you have recognized yourself and you can say yes to your ego, really trust yourself, because you feel the heart is open. When both have been recognized, the heart is open. And when the heart is open, the heart feels. It feels if you really have been too much, or if it's guilt inside you. It feels if it's the problem of others, but you have been adequate in your behavior, and you can adapt. The heart knows. It's so sensitive to knowing. And it knows when you don't have to behave too much like people expect of you. Also, it knows really the boundary, the heart. It's their problem there. It's really not mine, and I should not change myself to fit their needs, because it's really not an issue there. It's really their problem, this problem. So the heart has this knowledge. It's self-knowledge. It's a knowledge not from the mind, from the heart. It knows. And that's the spirit. Your soul has a knowing. It's love. Love has a knowing.
Wow. Yeah.
So it will come, you don't have to think, it will come more and more natural.
Yeah.
And test yourself. When you have an hesitation, come back to testing yourself in the body.
When I have a what?
When you have hesitation, you hesitate, is it my problem? Is it my ego?
Yeah. Hesitate. Yeah.
Sometimes with guilt. I am guilty. You often have a pattern of guilt. I am too much. So inside your body, if it's still operating, I'm ashamed, I'm guilty, does your body still react? Yes, it means the pattern is still alive. You breathe, and like this, life will show you throughout experiences what you still need to work on or not. and your body will tell you, huh? Until your body has no more reaction to words. That means the memories are healed, and you can really trust yourself, because it's not the filter, the mind, the pattern that works through you, that reacts through you. Huh? It's your freedom.
Oh, the wonderful freedom. I love it. I love my freedom. Oh, it's nice to know that I don't need a man to you know,
No,
be in the masculine.
no. The masculine and the feminine is before everything inside. And then outside doesn't matter. Huh? Outside, just if you want, you want. If it happens, it happens. If you don't, just let the process, let whatever. There is nothing to prove or to realize, huh? Outside. But inside, you have to be clear with yourself. To be clear, yeah.
I feel so okay when you speak. It's so wonderful. Ah, I'm okay. It's wonderful.
The thing is that everything is okay, huh? In a way.
Yeah.
Everything is okay. Everything is okay. There is yeah.
It's wonderful to remember this. It's okay when bad thoughts are just running, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not me. It's
Any
wonderful.
thought has a right to be in you. Huh? So it feels very free, because you stop judging. I have the right to have many thoughts. I have the right to feel down. I have the right to feel shameful. But it's okay. And from that place, I listen to my heart and to my freedom, to my nature. What do I want to do? What do I feel like doing? Huh? And I trust how I feel, the boundary, where it is. Huh? How to respect myself, how to respect others, how not to respect others too much and not to respect myself, how not to respect myself too much and not to respect others. The heart knows. The heart knows. And for that, it's automatic. You just need to say yes to your own beauty, yes to all aspects of ego, and then you know for sure. If it's your problem sometimes, your own ego playing the game, or if it's the ego of others playing the game, you know, you will be more and more and more clear.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's great to feel this feeling of coming home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great suffering in the world, I think. That we
Yes. And this place of freedom is not wanted in a lot of people. They are afraid of their freedom. They're afraid of this freedom.
Of coming home?
Yes, because they have to go. You don't come home really in a true way if you don't pass the walls of ego, the resistance, which is inner exercise. But for some people, there's been such a long identification with ego. They are so afraid of opening to it, of seeing it, of thinking it will create trouble. There is a very strong belief that it will create trouble, that they cannot go. They don't want this freedom. Even a lot of spiritual people don't want true freedom. They don't want it. So it's a big paradox, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a there is the game. It's better to continue the game, the game of being spiritual, the game of being silent, the game of playing spiritual, of playing silent. It's more comfortable than going through the resistance and finding true silence. It's more comfortable, but it's a game, and one has to see it. One has to see it. So somehow, paradoxically, people don't want real freedom. They don't want it. It's a paradox. That's what I've discovered.
It really is, because we are so much longing, and we're so sort of bitter and unhappy. And I think it's because we are so much longing for who we are. It's so hard to be ego.
Yeah.
But then also not really wanting it. That's a paradox.
Not wanting it or not being clear about it. I think it's a question also of clarity. And it's so easy to want to say, I just want that and not that. So I just want peace, but I don't want thoughts. I just want silence, but I want to meet my resistance. I want it. So it seems like the fast way, but you don't embrace the totality, and you cannot find the true silence inside. So it's sometimes a little bit of confusion, and in some teachings, or the presentation, or in the What you should not forget, it's the only reality there is here and now. That's the only reality.
Yeah.
So why trying to be better? Just here and now. My perfection, accept the present moment inside as it is. Sometimes imperfect, sometimes flowing. I just let it be. When there is I just open to it, and that's okay. You know, a pause, and that's okay. Pause, that's okay when there is resistance, and just flow with whatever when there is no resistance in your body. But here and now is a door. Don't look for a better silence. Don't look for a better love. Don't look for a better detachment, a better something. I heard one time a woman who burned all the pictures of her family, children, and detached from trying not to see her children, and avoid seeing her family to reach detachment. What a silly idea. Because you can never, it's the battle, it's a fight. You can never reach detachment by going with force. Just be completely attached in the human way, from that place of acceptance. And you will see that you'll always detach, no matter what. You can have kids, and that's fine. You'll be loving, you'll be attached to them at a certain level. But they can go and you'll be also detached. So it's not that you're a bad mother, it's that you have both in you. You have the very warm and attached at some level, but deep down it comes from your detachment. So it's words, but it's healthy, and it's warm. You don't lose your warmth. You don't lose your humanness. You're not going to stop seeing your children, your family, your lover, your this, your life, you have one, just because you're spiritual and detached. No. It's a detachment from the mind, not from the heart that has embraced and keeps its warmth.
Okay.
And keeps its human aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, I see there's a lot of fear in it. Fear of
Fear of what?
Fear of emptiness, fear of then what? And if I don't.
The fear of emptiness comes from not meeting the shutter, not opening to ego. The fear of emptiness is coming back, stepping out again into the masculine. When you come to emptiness, but not connected to the fullness. And connecting to the fullness is through the door of ego. If you have not said yes to your ego, you cannot say yes to the world. You cannot say yes to people. So emptiness feels only emptiness. But if you have met emptiness through meeting ego and coming back to that emptiness, when there is emptiness inside, but the heart is open. It's an emptiness that is connected to the fullness and doesn't reject it. So in this, there is no fear of emptiness. You won't fear emptiness because there is always the connection to others. Like Nouri was saying, but how to be now? Because I feel I'm a little bit, but just listen to your heart. Listen to your heart and you'll know how to be with people. And if they think you're a little bit strange, you'll still know how to be, because that emptiness comes from the heart that has been open. And the heart that is open has a movement, it has a connection. It is oneness. It is emptiness and oneness. It is not emptiness full stop. It is emptiness with every form, and it feels full. It is an emptiness that feels full. You understand that?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, is it or not necessary? There's not necessary unconditional love. It just is.
Forget about these words, because they can be the best trap just be yourself, because unconditional love is your nature, and it has no color. Your nature sometimes will behave very softly with immense patience. immense acceptance of some people, and your nature, unconditional love, sometimes will say no to this and no to that and no to that, because it feels it has to be this way. So there is no definition of what true unconditional love is. It doesn't sometimes appear as unconditional. It is your freedom expressing itself through the ancient wisdom you have inside. So sometimes it's a big no, sometimes it's endless yes. And you don't even know why, but it has to be this way because you feel it this way. Huh? So trust your nature. Don't put a word on it because you will have an idea of how what it means to love or how love should be. But as I say, it's beyond
that's true.
that.
That's true.
Beyond love and beyond cold and warmth, beyond sadness and happiness. It has its own understanding. Huh? So don't put words on it because words can be the best, can put a mask on you. Huh? I'm spiritual, I have unconditional love, I love everybody, but that's sometimes a mask. Huh? That's not complete. So really move with your freedom. Trust it.
Yeah.
Again.
Wow, that's wonderful.
So here and now.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Who was talking, Lynn? Yeah.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah. Hey, hi.
I was wondering if you can speak more about recognizing our own ego as opposed to someone else's ego. I had a situation where I had a very strong reaction to something my girlfriend said, and I'm not quite sure whether it was my ego or her ego that was bothering me, but it created a very strong reaction in me.
What disturbs you in that? Because, once you know yourself, that's why I say it's so important to know yourself, to know your ego, because at one point when people disturb you, you know it's not your ego. So the passage, the way to be absolutely sure and absolutely natural, without thinking, without wondering, was it my ego, was it her ego, is to know yourself. So when this has not been completely achieved yet, self-knowledge at all levels, when this has not been completely clear yet, just check inside with the body. How is this situation? How do you feel with this situation? I feel, or I am wrong, I am bad. Your body still react to I am wrong, I am bad as words? Check body.
Yeah, I'm still reacting to I am wrong.
So that's something first to deal with in your body. So in this case, it's a beautiful, whether you were right or not or whatever, it's beautiful. It shows you're still uncertain about yourself. You still doubt yourself. So it's okay. I doubt myself. You're open to it. I doubt myself. You start breathing with it.
Yeah, it's beginning to feel lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Continue. You go for it, and I trust myself. Do the opposite. Huh? Always do one side of sentences just as a healing exercise, and then I trust myself.
Mhm.
Open to that. I trust myself. I am clear, and I trust myself. I am clear. There is space for it. I am clear.
No, maybe not that.
Okay, just open to it. I am clear.
Yeah, something changed, something shifted there. Yeah.
And I trust myself. I trust myself. Breathe with this.
Yeah, that's much easier now. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
any situation we experience make us, doubt ourselves or this or this or that. You can use it as a healing exercise afterwards to see what has been really disturbed me, and you do the healing exercise at home with words,
Right.
positive, negative, just to heal, to unroot the memory, the pattern.
Mhm.
And then remember, Lina, that in the only when you don't know whose ego is it, ego is manifest as lack of respect for yourself, or of lack of respect for others. That's ego. Deep down, that's ego. The consequence of ego is a lack of respect. So when you go through a situation where you're not so clear, ask yourself, did I really lack respect for myself there, or did I really lack respect for others? And you will know. Sometimes we don't know, but then, okay, what to do? But deep down, we know if we've been lacking respect to our own self or to others, or if your inner answer says, no, really, I haven't lacked respect to anyone there, myself and the other person. So that's their problem. It comes from them. And you have to trust yourself when this happens.
Yeah, that actually clears the situation up, because I guess I was reacting to her disliking something. I had and that was that was a lack of respect to her. So it was my ego.
Okay, so you see clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have the right to dislike something,
Yeah. Yeah.
You have the right to be against something, but know if the place where it comes from, if it comes from your fight, or if it comes from the place that can embrace something.
Right.
When you can embrace opposition, dislikes, whatever, when you have made peace with your own ego, it comes from your peace. And that peace, you can trust that when it reacts against something, it comes from your peace, even if it reacts strongly against something. So the difference is, first of all, know who you are, make peace with ego, and then once this is really clear, trust yourself. After that, completely, without thinking, one more. But before, you like this, you wonder, respect. Did I lack da? Or to be clear, when you went, and then you do some healing with words and sentences to if you've still been affected and your body is affected.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. I check the time. It's 7:44. Any other question, Dean?
I'm still reacting sometimes to when my son is suffering. And I know it's a really old ego pattern of mine, because he's been through a lot. He's had lots of challenges in his life. And I still notice when the phone rings and it's him, there's some fear there. And so, yeah, I'm getting better at, being okay, that, accepting that I have fear, because it's natural considering what's happened in the past.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do see it's fading, but it is still there.
Yeah. Just come back to here and now, how you feel. The fear, you embrace it. It's okay to be this way. It's okay to feel this way. It's okay. And then trust your heart from that place. Welcome your fear, welcome your limitations, welcome all that is a small self. And from that place of embracing it, listen to your heart. And when you feel down again and fearful, breathe with it, do the healing. Come back to the healing when you say, okay, what is it that I am afraid of? And you breathe and go through it. And then the other side, I have nothing to fear. And go through the healing exercise, go with what you're really afraid. I lose you. And then I cannot lose you. I cannot truly lose you. But go through the losing and the fear. So the losing is a heavy one to go through.
And I think earlier someone was saying that, or maybe you were saying that, fear of losing someone else is also fear of losing your own life, right?
Yes. Down, that's what I was talking to Nouri about. That is that when you deep down, we don't understand, but when someone dies, we think of our own death. When someone, we are sad, but we are a little bit sad because of us. It's very selfish in a way. And once you've accepted your own death, that sadness goes because your own death is accepted. So that changes. That's why it changes. The sadness is selfish in a way.
Yeah.
And your strength and your joy, your ever presence, is the greatest gift you can give to others. The greatest gift. Yeah. So trust that. Also, your freedom from the fear of losing, the greatest gift you can give to your son.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to him as well, right?
For sure. Energetically, he also heals from that.
Right.
Yeah. So trust that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. I think we're coming to the end. I wanted to say something because I feel I came. I will tell you now, Sarah, also because I feel I shared all my satsang and my teaching and everything on the website and on the YouTube channel, and I feel. Well, I've said what I had to say through the satsang, so people can do some exercise if they want and do it. And if there was a lot of number of people where I could feel there was a need, I would still go for it. But I feel I don't feel there is a need too much. And there is the sharing. I shared all what I could, so people have all the tools through the videos or through my writings on the website or whatever. All the tools are there. I'm still available if they really need for private sessions. But I feel it's my time to stop the satsang. I will open a center here later and do satsang at home. And but it's time a little bit to withdraw, I feel. And so that's how it is. And I wanted to say that, and I wanted to thank you, Sarah, and for this connection, and for the link, and for the open center circle, and your kindness and love and everything. I wanted to say a big thank you to, but yeah, it's a time. I feel it's my time to withdraw a little bit. Yeah.
We will miss you, but I understand it feels very true. So there's no questions. But yeah, we will miss you. But who knows what happens next? Maybe it starts again at some point.
Yeah, yeah. Everything is always open, huh? But for the moment, it feels like it. Yeah, everything can change, but at the moment, it feels like there is no real need. People don't really are in need of my teaching or whatever. So I've shared all I could, and if they're interested, they will find it. And if they want to private sessions to do some healing, resolve patterns or clarify, I'm available. But yeah, the satsang, I feel it's for the moment it's over. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for your presence.
Year.
Thank you all for your
Yeah.
presence to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
for this whole year, I'm happy we had this this window of being together here, that I could be here even if the groups are small. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, very, very sweet to be with you.
Oh, Irene, you're full of light, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and everyone.
So lots of love, a big hug to all of you, huh?
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
back to everyone.
Thank you
And
so
we have
much.
Satsangs this week. We have a Satsang on Friday, and yeah, so with Marlies Cocheret on Friday, and there's Jeannie Sandy on Sunday. So there's more opportunities if you feel like. And I wish you a beautiful day or night wherever you are. It's night for us in Europe, and day for you, I guess. And if you
And
want,
a happy Christmas time to
Merry
come,
Christmas.
huh?
Yeah.
Almost.
Yes.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, great New Year.
And New Year. 2021 will be even better for you, huh, Karine? It will be like a full celebration. If 2020 was a better for you, 21 for sure.
And thanks to you, Tilicho. Thanks to you. It's yeah.
You're very, very welcome. Very welcome.
It's beyond words. Thank you. It is. Mwah.
Thank you,
And
Tilicho.
I will miss this contact with the whole world. Oh, yeah.
It may change. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
Maybe later.
Lots of love to all of you.
Big hug to
You
everyone.
too.
All the
Thank
best.
Everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.